Hey everybody, Sergeant Tony here. Today I want to talk to you about when not to work out. You may be asking yourself, when should I not work out? Is there any time that I shouldn't work out? Well, of course, the answer to that is yes. There are actually two times. One time you'll probably get immediately. The second one, maybe not so much. But the first one is obvious. You shouldn't work out if you're injured or sick. Not all injuries require you to completely give up on activity. You can work around some injuries. Like if you had a shoulder issue, you could still do work on legs, and you could also work the other arm. If you have something wrong with your right shoulder, for example, and doing any kind of presses with the right arm would be too strenuous or hurt, then you can always do the left side. And you're wondering, is there any benefit to the right side if I'm only working the left side? Actually, there is. There is. So there are certain things that you can work around certain injuries. Some injuries just require you to completely rest. So that's part of it. And if you're sick, if you've got the flu, then you shouldn't work out. And you probably guessed that. You're not going to get up out of your bed sick as a dog and attempt to work out. No one would do that. What I get asked mostly is, I have a cold or something's not quite right. I'm not feeling exactly right. Can I still work out? Can I still go for a run? Can I still do something? Well, the answer is, it depends. So if your symptoms, the rule of thumb is if your symptoms are above your neck, so if you got a runny nose or maybe you got sore throat a little bit, if all of your symptoms are above your neck and you don't have a fever, you're not running a fever, then go ahead and give it a shot. If your symptoms are maybe in addition to those things, or if your symptoms are below your neck, they're in your chest, you cough and it's not right, and if you're running a fever, always if you're running a fever, you shouldn't be exercising. You should be resting. But if your symptoms are below your neck, then feel free then, in that case, to take a rest. And then only get back to it when your symptoms are no longer in your chest. Then go ahead and you can ease back into it. The other thing is overtraining. How will you know if you've overtrained? Easy to tell. If you wake up in the morning and you're exhausted, and maybe we all wake up a little bit exhausted, but after you've been up for a little while, half an hour to an hour, you're still exhausted. You have no energy. That's your body telling you that you need to rest. So you want to rest when that happens. Also, if you're not real sure, if you take your heart rate on a regular basis when you get up in the morning, and if you've not done that, you might want to give that a try and see what your resting heart rate is. Your heart rate when you wake up in the morning is a good barometer as to whether or not you're overtrained. Also, if you're wondering if you should run or exercise, if the injury causes you to limp or in any way change your gait. If you've got a lower body issue that's going on and that issue makes you limp a little bit, makes you noticeably walk, run differently because you're working around that injury, then that's another indication that it's time to take a rest. And resting is okay. Don't beat yourself up over resting. And that's usually the last thing someone in my position telling another person, that's the last thing that other person wants to hear, is me or some healthcare professional, orthopedic surgeon, sports medicine doc, somebody, for them to say, what you need is, you need to rest a little bit. No athlete wants to be told that they need to rest. But sometimes that's exactly what the doctor ordered. So those are the things. If you're feeling sick, if you've got the flu, if you've got fever, if your symptoms are below your neck, then you need to rest. If you have an elevated heart rate when you wake up in the morning, elevated from what you normally would have, that's an indication that you should rest. If you wake up and an hour after you're awake, you're just exhausted, you're still exhausted, then you need to take a rest. Nothing wrong with rest. In fact, our body will respond better later on if it's well rested. Okay, if you've gotten value from these videos on knowledge and tips and health information, please go ahead and subscribe. And then once you subscribe, then you'll get a little bell icon, and click on the bell icon and that will give you a notification every time I upload a new video. And I'm making videos currently. I'm uploading something 6 times a week. That may drop off later on, but right now that's what we're doing, at least 6 times a week. So feel free to click on that subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.